Now on Fast Track News, another small step, what we know about the potential mission to send a couple Boilermakers back to space.
Plus, a crowded Memorial Mall on a Thursday, what you can find at Purdue's Farmers Market.
The Purdue volleyball team is not going anywhere. Here's how the team has done so far this season. All your campus news, weather, and sports is straight ahead. Fast Track is back. In addition to the future Boilermaker Virgin Galactic astronauts-to-be,
2 Purdue alumni just joined NASA's 2025 class of astronaut candidates, alumni Adam Furman and Yuri Kubo.
We're going to have a suborbital space flight crewed entirely by Boilermakers.
The Virgin Galactic All-Purdue crew consists of Stephen Collicott, a professor of aerospace engineering, alumni Jason Williamson, and graduate student Abigail Mizzi, with the 2 remaining spots for the Purdue One research crew yet to be announced. The spacecraft is designed to hold up to 6 crew members. 1 seat removed is allowing for a payload rack to hold research experiments that will take place during Abigail's 2nd year of graduate school. Space travel being part of Abigail's education is an astounding honor, not taken lightly. During the press release, her gratitude was repeatedly expressed, along with excitement to step into a new space.
Never did I imagine that my research would take me to space. And to get to be doing engineering in space makes it that much better.
The partnership with Virgin Galactic and Purdue is another giant leap for the aerospace program, as president of Spaceline, Mike Moses, is also a Purdue graduate.
The Purdue One mission, set for 2027, is exactly what we envisioned when we built our spaceflight system and research platform, putting scientists, engineers, and students at the heart of discovery.
Boilermakers to come have discoveries to hope for beyond this world.
I'm Matthew Camfield, reporting at the Neil Armstrong Hall of Engineering, September 23rd, Fast Track News.
Well, it's going to be pretty nice here in the coming days.
It sure is. Meteorologist Lydia Deniston is here with the first look at the forecast.
Welcome back, Boilermakers. I'm Lydia Deniston here with your weather today. We're looking at some summer temps again this week. It's not quite fall yet here in West Lafayette. We're looking at a high of 85 degrees today. Make sure you wear some sunscreen on your way to class. We're looking at sunny skies all throughout the day. Now, throughout today, we're looking at, again, being in the 80 degrees, some of that humidity. There's going to be kind of a breeze here and there, but throughout the day, it'll be just around 80 degrees and sunny skies, not that much cloud coverage, so look forward to that.
Memorial Mall gets a little extra crowded on Thursdays. That's when the Purdue Farmers Market comes to campus. There's a variety of booths, including vendors who sell food, jewelry, crafts, and flowers. We caught up with the owner of Mud Puppy, a Boston Terrier named Frida, and her human sidekick, Kirsten.
It's been our best sales venue by far, and we love it, and Frida can come, and we always have a fun day, and we really love interacting with the students.
The Farmers Market goes from 11 to 3 on Thursdays through the end of October.
Purdue's Center on Aging and Life course has been awarded a National Institute on Aging P30 Aging Center grant. This grant will help establish the Center for Aging Families, which will lead cutting-edge research on changing demographics and health disparities of aging families. The Center on Aging and Life course is a university-wide entity to strengthen interdisciplinary inquiry on aging. The organization is directed by sociology professor Hui Kathy Liu and is aimed to advance research to optimize the aging experience of diverse populations and prepare leaders for the field of gerontology. For more information, scan this QR code to learn about the Center on Aging and Life course.
The mystery of Amelia Earhart's disappearance could finally be solved, and Purdue is at the forefront. On November 4th, an expedition will depart to the Pacific island of Nikumaroro, where there is an object of interest that could be Earhart's missing plane. The object was first discovered on satellite imagery in 2020, but this will be the first opportunity for it to be identified up close. The expedition is a collaboration between the Archaeological Legacy Institute and the Purdue Research Foundation, which originally helped fund Earhart's mission to circumnavigate the globe.
The evidence is compelling, and I think we owe it to Amelia's legacy at Purdue to follow the evidence where it leads us and possibly close this chapter that the whole world wants to know about.
The expedition is expected to take over 2 weeks, If the object is identified as the missing plane, Purdue hopes to honor Earhart's wishes by recovering it and giving it a permanent home on campus. Up next, Chauncey Avenue is looking a little different, how that's helping aid in a celebration.
And still to come, back on the hardwood, how the Purdue men's basketball team is looking in their first practices.
This block of Chauncey Avenue was transformed into a festival celebrating cultures from all around the globe. We'll tell you more coming up next on Fast Track News.
What does it take to be a Purdue tour guide? You've got to know your history. You have to know your facts.
They really do the most to help make sure that you're
You've got to have that Purdue spirit. And you have to walk backwards.
Hola from Spain.
G'day, mates.
Buenos dias.
Bonjour.
Hello from South Korea.
I'm studying abroad in Valencia, Spain this semester.
I'm studying abroad in Sydney, Australia.
I'm studying abroad in Madrid, Spain.
I'm studying at Seoul National University.
At Issy Super in Toulouse, France.
And I'm really getting to enjoy meeting all the new people and the culture.
How different it is from Purdue University.
It is an absolutely fantastic experience.
I'm living my best life.
I can't wait to see you guys all overseas soon. A bientôt.
Adios.
Nos vemos de España.
Welcome back, Boilers. Saturday, September 20th, West Lafayette turned Chauncey Avenue into a festival celebrating different cultures from around the world.
Reporter Ellie Jones was at Global Fest and gave us a closer look.
Celebrating its 30th annual year, Global Fest returned to West Lafayette earlier this semester. There were performances on the main stage, along with people and student clubs, which were representing cultures from around the globe in attendance, most of which sold traditional food, snacks, jewelry, and instruments. We talked to President of the Ukrainian Student Association, Veronica Sukanich, about why Global Fest is important to their club.
Well, I think it's important to make people known that we are on campus, and we do have a lot of students that are part of Purdue that join our club after Global Fest, so it's good to make ourselves known.
Sukanich also mentions that Global Fest is not just for entertainment, but it's also a way to socialize and learn.
I think the festival is a great way to meet new organizations and people people your age that you get to know and hang out with.
If you missed the celebration this year, don't worry. The date for the 31st Global Fest is already scheduled for next year on September 19th, 2026. Global Fest is more than just entertainment. It's a way to learn about cultures from all around the world right in our backyard.
Reporting for Fast Track News. Come on. I'm Ellie Jones.
Purdue's College of Liberal Arts is driving innovation, research, and cultural impact. Here are the latest highlights. Hui Kathy Liu, director of the Center on Aging and Life course, secured a prestigious National Institute on Aging P30 grant to establish the Center for Aging Families. Soren Adam Mati, Associate Dean and Professor of Communication, published in Parameters on Ground-Shifting Disinformation and leads strategic research initiatives. Aletha Stahl, Visiting Assistant Professor, will support a $395,300 NSF grant to boost cultural intelligence and engineering education. The School of Languages and Cultures also hosted the 2025 Star Talk Russian Language Camp, welcoming students nationwide for language and STEM immersion.
Looking at your 7-day outlook here, we've got, again, some sunny temperatures throughout the week, and some of that partly cloudy here and there. And then later on Tuesday of next week, again, we've got some of those storms coming, so if you're really looking forward to that rain for your plants, look forward to next Tuesday. We have some expected rain. And then throughout the rest of the week, it'll be partly cloudy. We're going to hit those, again, that summer weather once more. So not quite fall yet here in Indiana, but look forward to some rain.
Center for C-SPAN, which is this organization, the CCSC. What we do is we facilitate like a bunch of organizations, different programs for Brian Lamb, which is the founder of C-SPAN. Anyone can be part of CCSC, whether it be through our various internships, our competitions, just to be involved, even like our student community meetings that we have every week. Anyone can go, you don't have to be communications or poli-sci. You just meet so many people, the connections you make is kind of crazy, the range that CCSC has. So yeah, it's just provided me so many opportunities to like kind of achieve the goals I have personally and forward to like whatever career paths I choose.
Welcome back, Boilermakers. I'm Lydia Deniston here with your weather today. We're looking at some summer temps again this week. It's not quite fall yet here in West Lafayette. We're looking at a high of 85 degrees today. Make sure you wear some sunscreen on your way to class. We're looking at sunny skies all throughout the day. Now, throughout today, we're looking at, again, being in the 80 degrees, some of that humidity. There's going to be kind of a breeze here and there, but throughout the day it'll be just around 80 degrees and sunny skies, not that much cloud coverage, so look forward to that. Now for the weekend, we've got game day coming up, and hopefully Boilermakers will pull through for that win. But on Friday, we've got similar temperatures. We're going to be in the 80s that day, but Saturday, same thing. We've got 80s, sunny skies, perfect weather for that game. Hopefully the Boilermakers can use that to lock in. And then Sunday, same thing. We've got 85-degree temps, summer all weekend. Hold on to that while you can, because looking at, well, again, game day, we're going to be in the 80s all game day. Kickoff, we're going to start in the 70s, and then throughout the game, we're going to have 80-degree temps, perfectly warm. And then coming up, you can see that this system is kind of going to be avoiding us throughout the weekend. We're not going to get a lot of that precipitation. We're going to keep going with that drought. But later, around next Tuesday, we've got some scattered storms you can expect. You can see that that's kind of going right through our area here. Expect some of that rain if you've been looking forward to that. Rain is coming. We're expecting that next Tuesday. So looking at that again, we've got sunny temps all week. We're going to be in the 80s, 87 degrees to start off our week, or to end our week. And then throughout the week, we're going to have sunny temps and then maybe some clouds here and there. And then on Tuesday, again, some scattered thunderstorms. And like a 50% chance of rain.
Just ahead, Purdue volleyball has had an impressive start to the season.
And Purdue football is at the beginning of a new era under head coach Barry Odom. I'm Molly Moriarty.
And I'm James Smith. Don't go away. Sports is next. Purdue volleyball's match against Washington continued the team's best start since 2022 with an 8-game sweep. The second set extended 29-27 as Akasha Anderson pushed 4 points, including a block that gave Purdue the 28-27 leg up and ended the match with 14 kills. The match contained 16 lead changes and 32 tied scores. The initial season performance has proven the coaching staff's ability to be steadfast. After they lost 4 players last season to the transfer portal, head coach Dave Schindel was able to acquire standouts Akasha Anderson, Bianca Lulick, Dyer Charles, Lindsay Miller, and Natalie Moravec. Despite the hot start, the Boilers would lose to Illinois last Sunday 3-1 in front of 8,300 Purdue fans. The loss moved them down to 13th in the country.
Previous Boilers made their mark this past week. We had athletes shining for both track and field and football. At the World Athletic Championship in Tokyo, Chukwuebuka Anukawachi represented Nigeria and took 5th place in men's shot put, throwing 21.52 meters. Devonine Charlton represented the Bahamas and earned 6th place in the women 100-meter hurdles, running 12.49 seconds. Week 4 in the NFL season, George Karlaftis had 1 sack and 2 solo tackles to aid in the Chiefs' win over the Ravens. Karlaftis leads the Chiefs in sacks this season with 3 in the first 4 games. Derek Barnes had 6 tackles for the Detroit Lions' victory over the Browns. Derek Barnes is second in tackles for the Lions with 22. To round out, Raheem Mostert played for the first time this season, having a career game high of 169 all-purpose yards on his Raiders debut.
Purdue Wrestling is celebrating 25 years of outstanding athletes with a quarter-century team, honoring wrestlers from 2000 to 2025. This week highlights the 174-pound weight class, packed with incredible talent. First is Ryan Lang, Purdue's back-to-back Big Ten champion from 2003 and 2004, and the all-time leader in wins with 130. Next is Chad Welch, 2-time Big Ten place winner, 3-time NCAA qualifier, and ranks 15th in Purdue history for back points. Then is Dylan Liddy, tied for 9th in all-time Purdue wins at 111 and 14th in takedowns at 267. Finally is Brody Bauman, a current redshirt junior and NCAA qualifier in 2024 and 2025 as an upperclassman.
Purdue's soccer battled hard against Washington Huskies but fell 3-1 on Sunday at Folks Field. The loss drops Purdue to 2-3 in Big Ten play. Huskies struck first in the 27th when Alex Buck finished off a cross. Purdue attacked in the second half, and in the 60th, 14, Arena Campo buried her team-leading 6th goal of the year to equalize the match. But Washington was quick to answer, and Buck scored again in the 67th. 2 minutes later, Kelsey Branson closed the door on the Boilers and extended the lead 3-1. Purdue fired 7 shots in the second half, but Huskies goalkeeper Tanner Ejoms stood tall with 3 saves. The Boilers ended with 8 shots, and goalkeepers Emily Edwards made 4 stops against the Huskies' 10-shot attack.
I like the fight in the second half, and there's certain individuals that did stand out today. Gabrielle Angulo and Ureni Campo came in and did excellent. When you fight to come back and you tie the game, the momentum should have changed, and we should have had the upper hand at that point. But so we've got to go back to the drawing board.
The Boilermakers will face rival Indiana on October 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Purdue men's basketball has now officially started its practices for the regular season. Matt Painter and his team once again looking to go just one step further than they did in 2024, with the NCAA championship in their sights. This will also be a farewell tour for some of the big senior names, including Braden Smith, Trey Kaufman-Aren, and Fletcher Lawyer. Their first game will be an exhibition game against Kentucky on October 24th. Painter recently gave an interview on Inside Indiana Business, sharing his recruiting philosophy and what he wishes for the future of his players.
We want to get guys that have a strong passion for the game of basketball, but also have a balance and understand where education can take you in your life and put you in different rooms and get better opportunities. And it doesn't guarantee anything, but you shouldn't leave Purdue and just the only thing you had was an all-conference plaque. You should have made contacts and friends and people that you're going to grow with and grow old with, but also, that you're going to do business with.
Purdue baseball played 2 scrimmage games on September 27th at Cincinnati and finished the day with 1 win and 1 loss. In the first game, Purdue won 11-9. Avery Moore had the best game at the plate, going 3 for 4. Avery hit a grand slam in the first inning of the day. His 400-foot blast sparked an early lead, followed by a solo home run by freshman Dylan Drake. On the mound, Purdue's Cole Van Ansen dominated early, facing the minimum over 2 shutout innings. He was supported by a strong pitching effort from newcomers Zach Erdman, Jarvis Evans, Jake Kramer, and Austin Klug, who closed out the game's 7th inning. In the second game, Cincinnati came back strong and beat Purdue 11-5. Purdue's young players, including freshman Weston Boyle, who played all 15 innings, gained valuable experience, while fellow freshmen Caden Fry, Tro Fellings, Noah Filer, Charlie Veracruz, Thomas Lynch, and several others made their debuts for the Boilermakers. Purdue returns home for opening scrimmages and hosts Dayton on October 11th for their final fall exhibition game. First pitch at 1 p.m. and admission is free.
The Purdue swim and dive teams were busy this weekend as the men's team traveled to 2 locations. Half went to Florida State, while the other half traveled with the women's team to compete in the Team Be Better Invitational, hosted at the University of Michigan. The men at Florida State performed well, led by runner-up finishes from freshman duo of Giannis Zerkalis and Jonah Lee in their respective events. Evan Mackesy and Andy Kelly also put second-place finishes in their events, helping Purdue finish second at Florida State. Blake Rowe also had a strong performance, finishing with a 47.47 in the 100 backstroke events. Rowe's performance earned him Big Ten Swimmer of the Week. The Purdue men and women's team competing in Ann Arbor did not disappoint either. Senior Abby Marchakaitis won the 100 backstroke, and junior Caitlin Hurley finished second in the 200 freestyle. Pat Broderick also managed to finish second in the 500 free event. Purdue swim and dive teams continue their season on October 11th here in West Lafayette.
Purdue men and women's golf opened tournament play on Monday, each with highlights and room to make a push up the board. The men competed at the Wyndon Memorial Classic in Lake Forest, Illinois. They shot back-to-back rounds of 2 under, 286, to finish the day 4 under, good for the 11th place. Suapan Amarchaichen led the Boilermakers individually at 2 under, tying for 28th overall. On the women's side, Samantha Brown stole the spotlight at the Windy City Collegiate Classic in Gulf, Illinois. She recorded her 3rd career hole-in-one using a 9-iron from 135 yards out. Her 3 under 69 tied a career low and helped Purdue to its best team round of the season at 4 under, 284. The team slipped in the afternoon but sits 9th overall at 8 over. Brown leads Purdue individually at 1 over, tied for 23rd. We look forward to seeing what's next for Purdue golf. Purdue football with a new head coach, Barry Odom. Our own James Smith with the story.
Purdue football has turned another page in their rich history, this time with head coach Barry Odom making his season debut. It's been a little bit of a rocky start, but some optimism is still in the air. We went around campus and asked Purdue students how they feel about the head coaching tenure.
I think he's doing a much better job than Ryan Walters was.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely still improvements that need to be made, but I'm pretty happy with the progress that he's made with the team.
I think he's doing a good job. I'm optimistic about the rest of the season and, seasons to come.
He's been doing very well. First coach to start 2-0, and I heard it was a while.
Pretty good. Lots of exciting stuff going on. I think we're going to get a few good wins this season. Pretty optimistic.
Although lots of the responses we got about Barry Odom were positive, we went ahead and asked a bold question: whether or not Purdue will be in a bowl game this year.
I definitely could see us making a bowl game. Maybe not this season, but in the next couple of years, I think that's feasible for sure.
For sure. Within the next few years, for sure.
Maybe in 3 years. I hope so.
Purdue is off to an okay start, but as we've heard from students, definitely better than last year. After winning the first 2 games of the season against Ball State and Southern Illinois, they've lost their last 2, which were against Notre Dame and USC.
Oh, I love it. It's been a pleasure to watch. I'm a freshman. It's been so much fun to watch.
The feedback we received about Odom and the state of Purdue football was generally positive, but there was something that everyone we interviewed could agree on: who was winning the game on Saturday.
Obviously Purdue.
Yes. Purdue.
I think there's an upset on the cards. I have my tickets for the game. Pretty excited.
Purdue on top.
Yeah, Purdue's going to crush them.
Purdue continues their football season on October 4th, this time against Illinois at home. We'll have all the coverage for you at Fast Track News. I'm James Smith reporting from Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. And that's going to be a wrap for sports.
But stay tuned. Fast Track will be right back after this quick timeout.
If I could describe BoilerTV DC in one word, I would say insightful. I've done a couple internships in DC, but this experience was different and opened my eyes into what other aspects of DC has to offer in networking and relationships as well.
If I could describe BGDC in one word, I would say eye-opening. I've been to DC a couple times before, but I have had nowhere close to an experience as immersive or as informative as the BGDC experience.
If you're interested in politics and you want to get into working in government, this is a good experience for you.
It was something I initially myself really wanted to do, but I know there were a lot of people that might be on more of the fence about it. And I truly think BGDC was worth every penny, every time I did a reflection. Absolutely worth it.
If I can describe BGDC in one word, it's life-changing.
Now we go to Jonah Blankenhorn with an exclusive story with Ireland Jones, this year's Golden Girl.
Let's find out how she makes history this year.
Ireland Jones is the Golden Girl for the All-American Marching Band in the 2025 to 2026 season. I had the chance to speak with her about the expectations that she has to uphold for herself.
There's quite a few. I definitely want to push myself as much as possible as far as my twirling skills and what I put out on the field. And I also definitely want to make genuine connections with, fans, my teammates, and even younger twirlers that look up to this position. So I definitely want to hit all those points for sure.
Additionally, Ireland shares some challenges and responsibilities she is constantly facing.
Challenge I definitely think I'm going to have to face, if not facing already, is balancing both academics and twirling, being able to submit assignments on time while also doing a volleyball game that same night. I just dealt with that last night. So being able to balance the both is definitely something I've had to learn throughout these past couple of years, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job at it so far. One responsibility that I definitely have to carry, being the #1 twirler here, is being able to work well with others, being able to lead others, and I would just say setting the example, being the person that these other twirlers look up to and younger twirlers look up to.
What makes Ireland stand out this year is that she is the first ever person of color to be the Golden Girl. She explains how this role impacts her.
I have to remind myself that pressure is a privilege. Not everyone gets to have this kind of role, and I'm just so grateful and so honored. And I also rely on my faith in Christ. He definitely has gotten me through so much, and I remind myself that I can't be perfect. No one's perfect, but I define my worth in who I am in Him. So don't let history stop you. Anything that's happened in the past, just because it's happened in the past doesn't mean you can't change the future. If there's a role that you want, go out and get it. Rely on your skills, and you can honestly get anywhere.
I'm Jonah Blankenhorn, and this is Fast Track Sports.
Hi Boilermakers, I'm Lydia Deniston with your weather today. Looking at Friday, we've got a sunny, warm day. Not quite those fall temperatures quite yet. We're looking at in the 80s throughout the day, and that actually goes again throughout the whole day. We've got some clear skies and sunny temperatures, a little bit of a breeze here and there, some of that humidity that we're familiar with here in Indiana, and actually we're going to be in the 70s and 80s throughout the day. Looking at our weekend, that will be perfect for game day. We're going to be in the 80s throughout the weekend, and then once we play University of Illinois, we're going to look at some of those summer temperatures again throughout game day. We actually have, for kickoff, we're going to be in the 70s, and then throughout the game, it's going to be in the 80s all throughout. So again, it's just going to be kind of that summer temps. Enjoy that warmer weather. If you're at the game, and whether you're just walking through campus, just enjoy that weather while we have it. Now, looking at your future cast, we're going to have some of that system kind of avoiding us. It's going to be kind of to the north of us, and we're not going to get rain quite yet. We're continuing with that drier kind of drought. But looking at next week, October 7th, we're going to get some of that rain finally, maybe even some storms here and there, some scattered thunderstorms. So look for that in the next coming weeks. Looking at your 7-day outlook here, we've got, again, some sunny temperatures throughout the week and some of that partly cloudy here and there. And then later on Tuesday of next week, again, we've got some of those storms coming. So if you're really looking forward to that rain for your plants, look forward to next Tuesday. We have some expected rain, and then throughout the rest of the week, it'll be partly cloudy. We're going to hit those, again, that summer weather once more. So not quite fall yet here in Indiana, but look forward to some rain coming.
That's all for your campus news this week.
Tune back in to Fast Track next week for more. Have a great weekend, Boilermakers.